welcome back. Okay, so this video is going to be me and my family, probably more of how I change. We're starting this diet called WildFit and it's 3 months long. So I'm just going to take you through how I change, how I feel about the diet, what it involves and stuff. So if you're interested in doing it or anything like that, you know, can find it here. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. The first week of WildFit is very interesting. So you don't take anything out of your diet. You just so what you have to do, we had to drink more water. So we had to drink 2 liters of water a day. And whenever if we were craving something or really wanted to eat something, we had to. So we couldn't use willpower to not eat food. And when we did, we had to listen to a dialogue in our head to think, why did we want this food? Like, our food devil, what's it saying to us? So we had to listen to them. Well, we started this week as well. So I had to do that. And what else did we do? That was basically first week. Listen to the dialogue, drink water, and don't drink water when you're eating. So you can drink water 10 to 15 minutes before you eat your meal. Don't drink during, and then wait 20 minutes, half an hour after, and then you can drink again. So it doesn't dilute your digestive fluids and stuff. So that was week 1. Very interesting. For some reason I find it difficult to hear my devil, because I've probably put it so far. Well, not necessarily my devil, more my food angel. It's just oh, I see chocolate cake, eat it. Why? I don't know. It's chocolate cake and I want it, you know. So that's interesting. Then so basically this past week we've just been eating so much just food that we want, that we see and we want it. We've had so much cake and ice cream and stuff. I've had McDonald's. I haven't had McDonald's in ages. I think I had so much Sprite when we were in IKEA in Greece. So, and I also had a half litre Sprite with my breakfast, so that's great. And now this week, so it's now on to week 2, we have to eat at least 3 pieces of fruit in the morning on an empty stomach. So because food, if you eat it after you eat something else, it can ferment in your digestive tract or something. Sounds pretty nasty either way. And then so eat at least 3 pieces of fruit, different ones, and then drink this alka drink, which is very green, just spinach, celery, apples, stuff like that. But this is also the mild one. And then again, listen to your food devil, eat whatever you want to, don't use willpower, and drink water, basically. So I really feel I might have put on some weight, but he said that's normal. And then next week I think we start keeping our food groups or whatever. So that would be interesting. I know at one point sugar's gonna go and I'm probably gonna feel terrible. But it'll be really good for me because I actually think I figured out that I have a sugar addiction. So that's great. I'll see you next week. Hi. So just a quick update for WildFit. So we're basically at the end of week 2. Tomorrow's video, we'll see what we're gonna have to take out next week. And then there won't be daily videos next week. And also generally kind of how I'm feeling about this all. So it's very interesting what we're having to do. So listen to our inner dialogue, why we want things. And I figured out a few things. One funny one was I didn't really like shepherd's pie for quite a while, carrots and something else. It's because one scenario when we were little, when we were eating dinner, my parents left the room and me and my brother thought it was funny to sprinkle our orange juice on our food. And then my mum made us eat the whole meal. We were sitting there for an hour, and our mum made us eat the whole meal after we'd come in orange juice. And that's kind of the only thing I can find that'd be a trigger to why mashed potatoes I would not really like. I love baked potatoes and things like that, but mashed potato I've always not really liked. Shepherd's pie and carrots, and there was another vegetable as well from there. I can't remember, it might have been courgette, I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, so it's quite interesting when you actually think about oh, that's why I don't like this food, or that's why I really like this food and why I always want to eat it, because it's like emotional eating basically and stuff. And with that, I'm not using willpower to eat foods that we want to eat. I feel like in these 2 weeks that I have gained weight. I didn't measure how heavy I was or how much I weighed at the beginning, because honestly it's just a number, and if I feel comfortable with how I look, I don't care what my weight is, and I never really have. But I've noticed like in my tummy that like I have gained some weight, definitely. Like I'm constantly having to unbutton my jeans, especially after I've eaten as well, so that's just nice. So I'm definitely looking forward to taking some foods out and changing my psychology towards some foods, because I definitely noticed in these past 2 weeks that I do have a sugar problem, and I still can't figure out why. I mean, I know I got a sweet tooth from my dad, like me and my dad, we always like to eat sweet things, but where it actually came from and why I love sweet food, like walking around a supermarket and all I point out is foods like that and stuff. So if I ever do find out the reason why, that'd be pretty cool, but right now I have no idea. I just know that I have like a sugar problem. I mean, I know there's people with worse, but like it's pretty bad. So yeah, and I know sugar's gonna come out at some point, and I'm not looking forward to it, because I know I'm gonna like, it's just gonna be, so yeah, it's gonna be an interesting part of the video. And another thing I've noticed, like my dad said, like he says that it's really bad, but I feel like my skin's not that bad. This little patch here, I started to get a few spots like a couple of days ago, like one right on the edge of my lip, and if you're doing this big one, it's gonna be a big boy. But apart from that, my skin's kind of like how it usually is. Like I get a few there, but like I don't think you can see here, but I've always got like loads of little like pimply bumps on my forehead that never really turn into big ones, if that makes sense. And my dad's like, oh no, it's really bad, but I think it's just kind of normal that. But apart from that, I haven't really noticed my skin changing, which is kind of weird. I mean, my chest spots are a little bit, but they were like that before as well, so it's interesting. So yeah. Oh, and the Alka-Seltzer smoothies, they're alright. I've had much better. It's interesting. Yeah. And I'm also, one thing, constantly needing to pee. It won't be very pleasant, but actually to get a lasting change for it, it's worth it. so yeah, see you again probably next week, like, or when I find out what we need to kick out and how it's going. Bye. Hi, I'm back again, even though I should have been back like ages ago, but hey, I've just been kind of busy. So, week 3 of WildFit. To be honest, when I heard what we had to take out, I thought it was going to be really difficult for me. Can you take a guess what it was that we had to take out? Yeah, you got it. Refined sugars and added sugars. Yes, refined sugars anyway. So that means like no cakes, sweets, no anything with sugar in it. And that's actually quite a lot of things nowadays with like the food industry and stuff. This week has been very interesting. I'm actually surprised. I've not really wanted to eat it that much. Because I think the reason being that for breakfast, one thing we also had to change was that we had to eat more fruit. So we're still doing fruit for breakfast because obviously it's not added sugar. That is normal, natural sugar even. Get it right. So we've been having fruit every morning. We've had by Eric's rules is we should technically have like 6 to 9 pieces of fruit in the morning, I believe, and then our Alka-Seltzer. And then the rest of the day we can have anything we want as long as it's not got refined sugars in it. This week we've also been at A-Fest here in Bali. The snacks that they would bring out was fruit and like little cakes. Obviously I can't, by the rules, shouldn't have fruit on an after you've eaten something. So after I've had the alcohol and eaten something else, you technically shouldn't have fruit again until breakfast on an empty stomach, so the fruit doesn't ferment in your stomach. They had pineapple, so I did have it a few times, but I didn't eat much before that. So I know it's probably breaking the rules, but it was pineapple, and they had like these little chocolate cakes and like chocolate Swiss rolls, and I did a really good job of resisting and not having it. At least, like, I'm really proud of myself. I haven't had any sugar, like refined sugars or anything, this past week. So I'm doing really good. Obviously, I need to now go to the rest of these 3 months. Well, it's technically 2 months now, I think, if my math is right. So that's cool. On another note with doing this, just saying now, trigger warning maybe for some people, but for me, what I found, I've been pooping a lot and peeing as well. Obviously that is because like my body's detoxing now. So, oh, and also if I sound weird, that's because I'm also have like a slight cold, which I also think is from it, because of how my body's detoxing. I've got so much mucus and so much snot. So I think that's also from it. But I must say, like, my skin's pretty clear. The only reason I have this little guy here and this little guy here is because I had some beer. So that's interesting. Obviously I didn't have to take that out. I did not have any wine because I obviously didn't watch one video till the end. Whoops, sorry Eric. Where he did actually mention about that. But I didn't have wine because I thought, oh, sugar in it, so I shouldn't be having it, right? But oh well, I'm fine. So I had a few beers over these past 4 days at A-Fest. But I think alcohol comes out as well at one point. I'm obviously not going to be like, oh my god, yeah, oh, okay. Also, being at A-Fest, so there's loads of people that are doing WildFit as well, or have already done it, and they're still on it and things like that. And when they found out that me, a 15-year-old traveling girl, was doing it with like all of us as a family, we're like, wow, that is like awesome, and so many people wish they could have done it at my age apparently. So I am very grateful that I get to do this, obviously, and stuff. So that's cool. And we're kind of friends with Eric's. Edmund's the guy who runs this, so we did have a few conversations with him about it, and he's like really proud of like me and my brother that we're doing this, because it is like pretty difficult, especially if you've been brought up in this way, or like the world, like not necessarily your parents, but it's more how like the world influences you, and then you end up just doing it because it's taken on as a habit and you don't know what's right and what's wrong. So yeah, not had sugar for a week, not refined sugar anyway. So that's why I think I'm coping so well with it. Like I was so scared to like get rid of sugar because I thought I was going to be like so bad, I would hate it. Honestly, I'm doing so well so far. With the fruit, I think it's why I'm still really good, because obviously fruit's got loads of sugar, and especially these tropical fruits that we're having here. We're not just having like bananas and apples and pears and grapes. We've got like all these like exotic fruits and stuff. Like I can't even remember the names of them, they're that exotic. Like, okay, they're kind of difficult names to remember anyway if I've never heard of them before. So I think with the fruit, it's helping me cope with the non-sugar, but I can definitely tell that my body's like happy that I've not been eating, because I really did like, now looking back at what my food habits used to be, I really did have a problem with sugar. Like whenever I'd be out with friends, that would be quite often, we would always have like ice cream or cake or a fizzy drink or anything, but so much stuff nowadays has sugar in it as well, or like if we just wanted a snack, it would have sugar in it. So yeah, so far I'm doing good. The one thing I don't really like, the alkalizers now, so the smoothie things that we had to have in the morning, because we don't have like, they don't have spinach and kale and stuff here, so we're having like, I think it's called Chinese spinach and pak choy in our smoothies, and it's really disgusting. But we're gonna start experimenting with spices in it. I'm looking forward to that. Apparently we're gonna put chili in it or something tomorrow, so I'm like, oh, that will maybe make it taste nice. So that's cool. I'm just being like dead honest with you guys and what it's like for me and how I'm experiencing it. I know I seem very unenthusiastic in these little clips, by the way. I just kind of watch them back and it's quite funny looking at myself doing that. But I am really excited to do it, and I think the reason that I started doing this diet was, first of all, the rest of my family was doing it. I'm like, okay, it might be slightly difficult, me being the only one not doing it. I was kind of interested in what it was, and I think my main intention going into it when I first watched the video was maybe to lose weight and like slim down a little bit, because I know like everyone's like, oh my god, you're so skinny, but when I look at myself sometimes I'm like, okay, yeah, you really do need to skin down in some places. So I think that was one of my main intentions, but now 3 weeks in I feel like, okay, that is slightly part of it, but at the same time eating better without like, if I ever see cake or sweets or something, I just look at them and I'm like, I need to have it, and I have it, you know. So yeah, and I think so far I'm doing really well. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you stay for the end of the ride, and leave a comment if you want to do it, or if you are doing it, or if you've done it and what your thoughts are on it. Bye.